ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever felt like the world sees only a fraction of who you truly are? That people judge you based on a single moment, a single mistake, a single struggle, while they remain oblivious to the battles you fight every day? It happens to all of us. We live in a world where assumptions replace understanding, where appearances overshadow reality. People see your smile, but not the pain behind it. They notice your failures, but not the courage it took to try. They hear the noise of your life, but not the silent screams of your heart. People often perceive only a fraction of who you truly are. They see what is visible on the surface, what is convenient for them to notice, and what fits into their pre-formed ideas about you. They observe your actions, but they rarely take the time to understand the emotions, struggles, and experiences that shape those actions. It is a reality of life that people are quick to make judgments based on limited knowledge, forming opinions that are often far from the truth. Imagine walking into a room full of people who have already decided who you are. They assume things about your personality, your abilities, and your past without ever having a real conversation with you. They see your confidence, but may not know the years of self-doubt you had to overcome. They see your achievements, but remain unaware of the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, and the failures that came before success. They notice your smile, but are oblivious to the battles you fight within yourself every single day. Society has a tendency to categorize people based on superficial observations. If you are quiet, they call you weak. If you are outspoken, they call you arrogant. If you struggle, they assume you are incapable. And if you succeed, they believe it must have been easy for you. People are often unaware of the depth of your experiences, the scars that remain hidden, and the resilience that has carried you forward through the darkest moments of your life. Think about the moments when you felt unseen, unheard, and misunderstood. The times when you wished someone would ask, "How are you really?" instead of making assumptions. But the truth is, not everyone will take the time to understand your journey, and not everyone will make the effort to see beyond what meets the eye. They may not recognize the battles you have fought or the obstacles you have overcome, but that does not mean your struggles were insignificant. The world often focuses on results rather than the journey. It celebrates victories without acknowledging the hardships that came before them. When people see a successful person, they admire the outcome, but rarely ask about the struggles that shape that success. When they see someone broken, they sympathize momentarily, but seldom stay long enough to truly understand the pain. It is human nature to form opinions quickly, but those opinions are rarely based on the full picture. They are based on glimpses, on passing interactions, on moments, rather than the entire story. The reality is, no one truly knows the entirety of another person's life. No one knows the silent battles, the unspoken fears, the countless moments of resilience that go unseen. People see what they want to see. They notice what aligns with their perspective. They judge based on what is visible. But they fail to recognize that every person carries a world within them, a world of struggles, hopes, dreams, and experiences that cannot be summed up in a single glance. Assumptions and judgments are often made without real understanding. People tend to form opinions based on what they see on the surface without taking the time to understand the depth of someone's journey. These judgments come quickly, shaped by personal biases, social influences, and incomplete information. They are based on fragments of a person's story rather than the full picture. Yet they carry weight, often influencing how someone is treated, perceived, or valued. When people look at someone's actions, they assume they know the reason behind them. If someone is quiet, they are labeled as weak or unfriendly. If someone is outspoken, they are seen as arrogant or difficult. When a person struggles, it is assumed they are not trying hard enough, and when they succeed, it is often dismissed as luck rather than hard work. These assumptions ignore the real challenges, emotions, and battles that shape an individual. They dismiss the unseen moments of effort, pain, and resilience that exist behind every decision and every action. People judge based on what they think they know, but they rarely stop to ask, to listen, or to understand. A person who is always smiling may be carrying the deepest pain. Someone who seems strong may have had to build that strength from years of hardship. Someone who appears to have everything figured out may still be fighting silent battles that no one knows about. But instead of seeking the truth, the world often rushes to label, to categorize, to define people within narrow boundaries that do not reflect their full reality. The problem with assumptions is that they limit people. When someone is judged unfairly, they may feel forced to conform to those labels or struggle against them in ways that drain their energy and confidence. A person who is constantly told they are not capable may start to believe it. A person who's always underestimated may stop trying to prove themselves. These judgments create invisible barriers, restricting people from being their authentic selves and forcing them into roles they never chose. Society has always been quick to define people based on single moments or isolated traits. A single mistake can overshadow years of effort. A single struggle can make people forget every past achievement. A single flaw can be magnified, while every strength is ignored. People are often reduced to labels that fail to capture the complexity of who they really are. But the truth is, no one is just one thing. No one's identity can be summed up by a single assumption. Assumptions not only affect individuals but also relationships. They create misunderstandings, distance, and unnecessary pain. When people assume instead of understanding, they lose the opportunity to truly connect. They miss the chance to see the depth in others, to appreciate the struggles that have shaped them, and to recognize the strength that exists beyond appearances. The world would be different if people replaced judgment with curiosity, if they sought to understand rather than assume. Struggles and resilience shape who you are in ways that others may never fully understand. Every challenge you have faced, every hardship you have endured, and every battle you have fought has contributed to the person you are today. These struggles are not just obstacles, they are defining moments that test your strength, push you beyond your limits, and teach you lessons that no easy path could ever offer. Life is unpredictable, and difficulties often arise when they are least expected. There are moments when everything feels like it is falling apart, when the weight of your burdens seems unbearable, and when the path ahead looks impossible to navigate. These are the moments that shape you, the moments when you discover the depth of your own strength. It is in these struggles that resilience is born, not in comfort, not in ease, but in the face of adversity. Resilience is not something you are born with, it is something you build over time. It grows when you refuse to give up, when you choose to keep going despite the pain, when you rise again after falling countless times. It is forged in the silent battles no one sees, in the tears that no one notices, and in the determination that keeps you moving forward even when everything around you suggests that you should stop. People often admire strength, but they do not always understand what it takes to build it. They see confidence but do not see the moments of self-doubt that preceded it. They see success but do not see the failures that paved the way. They see resilience but do not recognize the suffering that made it necessary. The world rarely acknowledges the depth of someone's struggles, yet those very struggles are what shape the strongest, most compassionate, and most determined individuals. Pain and hardship change people. They leave marks, but they also bring growth. Every difficulty you have faced has taught you something valuable: patience, courage, empathy, or perseverance. The scars you carry are not signs of weakness. They are proof that you survived, that you endured, that you refused to be defeated. They are reminders that no matter how difficult the journey, you have the strength to overcome. There will be times when struggles feel endless, when exhaustion makes resilience seem impossible. But resilience is not about never feeling tired, never feeling afraid, or never feeling defeated. It is about continuing despite those feelings, about standing up one more time than you fall, about believing in your ability to get through even the hardest days. Not everyone will understand your struggles, and not everyone will recognize the resilience it took to get where you are. But every challenge you have faced has shaped you into a stronger, wiser, and more resilient version of yourself. You're not defined by what you have been through, but by the way you have chosen to rise above it. Validation is something many people seek, whether consciously or unconsciously. From a young age, society teaches the importance of approval. Approval from parents, teachers, friends, colleagues, and even strangers. It becomes a measure of self-worth, a way to feel seen, valued, and accepted. The desire for validation is deeply ingrained, but the truth is, relying on external approval can be exhausting and at times misleading. People will always have opinions. Some will admire you while others will criticize you. Some will celebrate your successes while others will find reasons to diminish them. If you live your life based on the approval of others, you will constantly be chasing something that is never stable, never permanent. Validation from the outside world is unpredictable. It can be given just as easily as it can be taken away. The problem with seeking validation is that it places your sense of worth in the hands of others. It allows people's judgments, opinions, and perceptions to define how you see yourself. When they approve, you feel confident. When they disapprove, you begin to doubt yourself. But the reality is, no one knows your journey the way you do. No one has lived your experiences, felt your pain, or fought your battles. No one truly understands the depth of your struggles and the resilience it took to overcome them. Depending on validation creates limitations. It can hold you back from taking risks, from following your dreams, from being authentic. The fear of judgment can lead to hesitation, making you question your choices, your abilities, and even your dreams. You may find yourself adjusting who you are to fit into what others expect, slowly losing touch with your own identity in the process. But the most liberating realization is that you do not need anyone's permission to be yourself. Self-worth does not come from applause or recognition. It comes from within. It comes from knowing that you are enough, regardless of whether the world acknowledges it. It comes from understanding that your value is not dependent on how others perceive you, but on how you see yourself. When you stop seeking validation, you free yourself from the burden of trying to be what others expect. You begin to live on your own terms, making decisions that align with your purpose and your truth. The moment you realize that you do not need external approval to be worthy, you reclaim your power. You no longer wait for someone to tell you that you are good enough because you already know you are. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself, to prove yourself, or to seek acceptance from those who do not see your worth. You begin to trust yourself, to believe in your abilities, and to stand firm in your identity. Not everyone will understand your journey, and not everyone will appreciate your choices, but the people who truly matter are the ones who respect you for who you are, not for who they want you to be. Growth, belief, and perseverance are what transform a person. Life is a continuous journey of evolving, learning, and pushing forward, no matter how many obstacles appear along the way. Growth does not happen in moments of ease, but in times of struggle. It happens when things are uncertain, when challenges seem insurmountable, and when everything within you wants to give up. It is in these moments that belief becomes the most powerful force, the one thing that can turn doubt into determination and failure into progress. Belief is the foundation of everything. If you do not believe in yourself, no one else will. The world may doubt you, people may discourage you, and failures may make you question yourself, but the voice inside you must remain strong. Self-belief is not about arrogance or thinking you are better than others. It is about knowing that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that your potential is limitless. It is about trusting that even if you fail, you can rise again. Challenges are inevitable. There will be days when everything feels like a setback, when nothing goes as planned, and when doubts creep in like shadows. In these moments, perseverance is what keeps you moving. It is the refusal to accept defeat, the decision to try one more time, and the courage to keep going even when the path ahead is unclear. The most successful people are not those who never fail, but those who never stop trying. Every struggle, every hardship, every obstacle is a lesson disguised as a challenge, an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Growth is uncomfortable. It pushes you beyond your comfort zone, forcing you to face fears, take risks, and embrace change. It requires letting go of old versions of yourself, shedding limiting beliefs, and stepping into the unknown. But growth is also necessary. Staying stagnant is easy, but it leads to regret. Progress comes when you are willing to embrace discomfort, to take the harder path, to choose learning over fear. The journey of growth is never linear. There will be moments of doubt, setbacks that feel like failures, and times when it seems like no progress is being made. But every step, no matter how small, counts. Every lesson, every challenge, every difficulty is shaping you into a stronger version of yourself. Sometimes growth is silent, happening beneath the surface before anyone can see it, but that does not mean it is not real. Keep believing in yourself even when no one else does. Keep pushing forward even when progress feels slow. Keep growing, learning, and evolving, because every step forward is a step toward becoming the person you are meant to be. There will always be reasons to stop, but there will always be more reasons to keep going. The only way to reach your full potential is to refuse to give up, to trust in your journey, and to keep moving forward no matter how difficult the road may be. Your journey is powerful. even if the world does not recognize it. Every experience, every struggle, every victory, no matter how small, adds to the story of who you are. People may not see the depth of what you have endured, and they may not acknowledge the battles you have fought, but that does not make them any less real. The strength you have gained through hardship, the lessons you have learned through pain, and the resilience you have built through adversity are all part of a journey that is uniquely yours. There is a misconception that only grand achievements or widely recognized success define a meaningful life. The truth is, the most powerful journeys are often the quiet ones, the ones filled with unseen struggles, silent victories, and personal growth that no one else witnesses. Every step you have taken, even the ones that seemed small or insignificant, has contributed to the person you are becoming. Every challenge you have overcome has shaped your character, strengthened your resolve, and prepared you for greater things ahead. Society tends to celebrate only what is visible, big accomplishments, public success, and external validation. But not all victories are meant to be seen. Some of the most meaningful successes happen in private. The moment you chose to keep going despite feeling defeated, the strength it took to walk away from something that was hurting you, the decision to believe in yourself when no one else did. These are the victories that define true strength, even if the world never acknowledges them. People often measure success based on external recognition, but true success is personal. It is not about comparison, not about proving yourself to others, and not about seeking approval. It is about becoming the best version of yourself, about overcoming the challenges life places in your path, and about continuously growing despite the hardships. Your journey does not need an audience to be valid. The work you do, the progress you make, and the resilience you show are valuable, whether or not anyone else sees them. There will be moments when you feel invisible, as if your efforts go unnoticed and your struggles are overlooked. But just because the world does not recognize your strength does not mean it is not there. Your journey is yours alone, and its worth is not determined by how many people acknowledge it. You do not need applause to know that you are growing. You do not need validation to confirm that you are strong. You do not need recognition to prove that you are making progress. Every experience, every hardship, and every lesson is a piece of your story. Even if others fail to understand or appreciate it, your journey holds immense power. The way you continue despite challenges, the way you push forward despite doubts, and the way you grow despite difficulties, all of it matters. You are not defined by what others see. You are defined by the strength you carry within you, the choices you make, and the determination to keep moving forward.